So I hinted at making this type of video when I did the most overused guns a while ago, and in that video I got asked a lot of what were the most popular kinds of guns like AKs, M4s, pistol variants, and so on. So I thought I'd come back to this topic to make another quick list. This list could help a few people out there who are trying to get into the game of airsoft, because I'm going to try to explain why each gun is ranked where it is on my list, and what are the pros of running that type of gun. However, to the longtime airsofters out there, you've probably already guessed the number one spot without even thinking about it. So if you have already, then go ahead and tell me what you think is at the number one spot in the comments down below. But without further ado, let's check out the number 5 spot. This one was a real toss-up between the High Kappa and the Airsoft Glocks, or G-Series pistols as some people call them, but after 2 different polls on my Facebook and Instagram page, the High Kappa squeezes by to claim this spot. The High Kappa is so versatile and has been modded to death by so many people in the world. These pistols populate the CQB arenas all around the United States, the United Kingdom, all over Asia, and you know people deck them out to make them their own. Off of the top of my head, I know the Tokamuri High Kappas, the WE, the KGW, the AW, and I think even KWA had a few High Kappas a long time ago. The Tokamuri High Kappa is a prime choice for speedsoft/speedqb play and even in IPSC tournaments, but you'll tend to see these completely modded out with short trigger pulls, metal slides, flared magwells, and everything else to put style into a well-established sidearm that some take as their primary. Personally, I like the High Kappa, and I'll have to get one for myself to tinker with gas gun mods, but this was a really close competitor to the Glock, so this spot might be a little bit different to some people out there. But then again, the High Kappa versus Glock wars have been around for years now, so I'm not surprised at all by this close race. However, at number 4, I really didn't expect this rifle to be so popular in the UK, until I made that overused countdown. This one is all in the European market because the G36 is at number 4. Maybe I should have known better since this rifle is seen a lot in European military and police forces, but I just didn't know that the G36 was just as popular as the M4 is in places like England, Scotland, and even in places like Taiwan, which boosts the numbers of the G36, while here in the US, G36 rifles and variants are not brought out all that often. As an example, I barely have any G36 footage at all. Maybe for every 20 M4s you'll see one G36 here in the state of Texas, and they usually belong to new players. But I guess things are just really different in Europe. Just like the High Kappa and everything else on this list, the G36 has been made by so many companies like Tokamuri, KWA, JG, I think SEMA, Umrex and Elite Force, WE, Echo 1, Classic Army, and ICS. They've all dabbled in the G36, so they must sell pretty well. I myself own a full-size Umrex model, and I love it since it's so different from everything else when I take it to a field. And of course the range on a full barrel G36 is solid. Out of all the G36 variants though, the G36C is top dog in popularity. It's small, has rails for accessories, most are CQB friendly, you get so many choices of what company you want to choose yours from, mods are plentiful, and your video gamer friends will love to mess with it whenever you show them your rifle. So then thanks to the European and Asian market, the G36 ranks up on this list for being one of the most popular guns out there. But where the German gun ranks at number 4, an American gun takes up the 3rd spot, because thanks to my polls, the M1911 was without a doubt the most popular sidearm, bar none. From newbie to longtime player, the M1911 is just a great go-to pistol. It's the heritage and history to some, and the options and performance to others. Since the 1911 has been worked on so much, it's been upgraded over the years. This has cemented the M1911 in Airsoft in a Hall of Fame, if you will. After the WE and Tokamuri 1911s became available, everyone had one. But when the KWC models became available with the CO2 magazines, the whole game changed up. Suddenly you can run your pistol as a dedicated primary and not need to worry about gas issues. Then Elite Force came out with their 1911 TAC and it went viral soon after. Go to any field or go to any arena and just look around at other people's sidearms and you'll understand then. This gun has been around since the dawn of the game, and it's going to be around until the end, with more and more mods to buy, manufacturers to choose from, and games to win. The M1911 will always be a legend in Airsoft, just like how it is in the real firearms world. With only 2 spots remaining on this list, I would hope that you would know what's left to talk about, but what I really want to know is what guns do you wish were more popular in Airsoft? I for one would like to see more Vietnam War era and Cold War era guns, but if I had to choose one, I'd like to see more M60s. Those are really rare to see on the fields in Texas, but hey, maybe somewhere in the world they're all over the place. Like all the players at some magical field all come with M60s and nothing else. Tell me what you'd like to see more of in the comments down below, but now let's dive into what's ranked at number 2. If you're playing as the bad guys at any event, then you've got to go with one of these. And if you're trying to top those pesky M4 tryhards, then you have to leave yours alone and do nothing on the outside. That's right, it's the AK platform. I shouldn't even need to explain why the AK is so popular in Airsoft. Whatever playstyle you have, there's an AK for it. You have the RPK for support, the AK-74U for close quarters, you can get rails for dozens of accessories, drum mags for laying down constant clouds of BBs, and almost every airsoft manufacturer has an AK model to sell. You can reenact almost any of your favorite action movies with an AK, and if you go to a milsim operation, then you just might be in a whole squad or even on a whole faction that uses nothing but AKs. From the real sword and LCT days to the ENL and GHK decade, you can get a rifle in any form in just about any operation, and if you go with the electric gun route, then you'll have warehouses of upgrades available to you. But one of the golden rules about owning an AK is that you don't talk too freely about what you think is an AK, because some owners can get way too strict about what you call an AK. Whereas some heavily mod guns aren't AKs anymore, or how the Galil is not an AK in Airsoft, but it's widely regarded as one of the best variants in the firearms community. Yet the PP-19 and the ASVAL are somehow AKs. But that's the hypocritical nature of Airsoft for you. Whether you like the old school AK-47 or the new AK-12 that no one around me even owns, the AK platform will always be around to do a job and of course be a nemesis to the #1 spot, the M4/M16 or AR-15 platform. Both of these platforms serve just about the same purposes, and there's an M4 variant out there for just about anything. But what the M4 has over the AK platform is customization. Both rifles are pretty darn good as a starter gun, but you'll find it to be easier to get yourself an M4 or M16 and customize it to whatever you'd like. When I could start off with an M4 receiver and add on parts to make it a full-sized M16A3, then get different parts and switch it all up to make it a Mark 18, then you know this platform has power. Don't like the iron sights? Well, replace them. Don't like the stock? Well, go find a different one. Want a longer outer barrel for a DMR platform? Then let's build it. You can't even look up a good M4 nowadays without hearing about DMR builds, since the AR platform is just so accepting for upgrades and mods. And even more companies have an M4 of some type, even if they're known for mostly making AKs. Funny enough, even when at milsim operations, some of the bad guy players will go with kitted up AR variants like the 416, even if they have an AK in their collection. It could be just sitting back in their car. They'll still go with their M4. They don't even think about it anymore. Using anything else to win the game is just not necessary unless you're like me and you like to take strange guns to play with. And with that, I think I've summed up everything in this countdown that needs to be said. Going down the list again, the high cap is on here for quick playstyle and for flair. The G36 is on here for huge fame in Europe and Asia, the M1911 for its history and lore that overflowed into Airsoft, the AK for being the go-to opposition gun, and the M4, M16 or AR-15 for its unbeatable customization that has been used all around the world. And that was the top 5 most popular airsoft guns, and I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to hit that like button if you did, or go ahead and subscribe for more. But until our next video drops from the city of San Antonio, this has been Scott Holmbeck, and I will be sure to see you all next time.
They're all right in front of us, bud. Thank you again.